it's Meg, and today I'm going to talk about confidence, comparison, and insecurity. I feel like everyone is dealing with this, even if they don't want to truly admit it, especially because of social media nowadays. There's just so much that we can compare ourselves to, and it can be hard on our confidence. So today I'm going to go through all of my tips to be the most confident version of yourself. So first, I want you to write down what you love about yourself, both physically and non-physically. This is really going to get you to think about who you are. One of the most important things that you can do to be your most confident self is to know who you are. When you know yourself and you know your likes and your dislikes, you know what your areas of strength and weakness are, you appear so much more confident because you've done this self-evaluation on yourself. You know, who am I and where am I going? You can answer those questions. You want to write down this list of things that you love about your personality and things that you love about your physical appearance as well. We get so used to seeing ourselves that we don't realize how beautiful we are. We don't realize how unique our features are and how special we are. There is beauty in diversity, and you should not feel threatened when someone else comes and they're also beautiful. You should feel empowered by that. And I want to get people in a place where they feel empowered when other people walk into the room. They don't feel threatened. They feel excited about new connections. Write down what you love about yourself physically and non-physically, and this is going to change your life. And anytime you're feeling down about yourself, just go back to this list and really look at it and think about, like, who am I? Next is to remove triggers. So this is probably one of the most important tips, and not only when you're manifesting should you be removing triggers of what you don't want to experience, but also if you're trying to build more confidence, if you're trying to crush that self-doubt and crush that comparison. Just honestly remove things that trigger you and don't feel bad about it. I do not feel bad if I'm on social media and something triggers me and I either mute it or block it or unfollow it. This is what I have to do to protect my peace. And you should never feel afraid to do something because it's not right or people are going to judge you for it. If something is affecting your internal peace, remove it from your life and don't feel sorry about it. Have that standard and that understanding of what is going to trigger you. If you're on social media all day and you're seeing, girls who look like this, or you're seeing men who have this kind of lifestyle, it could trigger you, and you don't deserve to be hurt by things. There's a step later that we're going to work through, but just don't feel afraid to remove things. If you are on social media and you see that girl who has the perfect body, if you were actually working on yourself, her finished results wouldn't trigger you as much. It's only when we are not going to the gym and eating right and pampering ourselves and taking care of our bodies that when we see someone else's finished result of someone else's amazing physique, that it bothers us. So just keep that in mind that, in order to combat insecurity, you need to take action. So if you see that person, you shouldn't look at them and feel insecure and feel the need to compare yourself to them, but you should instead think, okay, I'm on my way there and I'm going to have my finished result as well. Never allow what others' finished result looks like to make you compare yourself and make you feel insecure. So if you do really want to implement this healthy habit into your life, there are a couple of things that you can do. So there's 4 laws of behavior change that James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits. And one of the laws is to make the habit obvious. So you're going to schedule a time to do this, and this is going to make it obvious in your day. Next, you are going to make it attractive. So if you want to make it attractive to you, maybe do it with a friend, that'll make it more fun for you. Next is make it easy. Invest in a gym that's close to you so that when you're on your way home, you can stop there. Or if you want to go to the gym, it's only 5 minutes instead of 30 minutes. Invest in things that will make this habit easier for you to do. And then lastly, Make it satisfying. Reward yourself for this. Reward yourself for going to the gym. Have some kind of positive feedback so that you can motivate yourself to go more and more. The next one is something that some people refer to as a brain dump. So if you're ever feeling non-confident, you're not feeling secure in yourself, I want you to write out everything in its entirety. Write out exactly how you feel, get all of those thoughts out onto paper, and then read over that. Once you're in a more calm headspace, read over that and think, okay, this is what I'm feeling, but what do I want to feel instead? This is my current reality, but do I want to experience this? No. So what am I going to do instead? Okay, I'm going to use the law of polarity and I'm going to flip all of my thoughts into something positive. If I am insecure about my body, say I am starting to feel more and more secure about my body every single day. I love my body. What would be the opposite of feeling jealous? Feeling secure. So you're gonna find all of the opposite things that go along with all these triggering negative thoughts. And you're gonna affirm those positive things into your life and into your reality. You're gonna say to yourself, I am starting to feel better. My health is improving. My confidence is improving. Just meditate on these things and really just flip your thoughts, and that's going to help you so much. So another thing that I used to do is I would create an alternative personality, and I created this woman called Veronica, and every time I was scared to do something as a child, I would just step into this person and I would become this new version of myself. And that's what really motivated me to be the person in the group who goes and does that risky thing, or have the confidence to talk to this person, or do this action, or post this thing, is sometimes you need to create that alternative personality for you. And you can name it whatever you like, but really being intentional about, okay, this is the woman that I'm becoming, so I might as well start acting like her now. We show up every day as the woman that we want to be, and then eventually we are her. That is how it works. That is how manifestation and behavior change works. Think of the woman that you want to be and start showing up as her every day. And eventually that is who you become. That becomes your baseline personality. It's no longer an act. It actually becomes you. So that's one of the best things you can do to develop this confidence in your life, is think of a person who is confident and be that. Next, this is also another really, really amazing tip that I absolutely use all the time, and I love it so much. If you're ever in a triggering situation, what I want you to do is stop before you react and think about how would a confident person respond to this. Because oftentimes our baseline personality, if you are struggling with the confidence and the comparison and the insecurity, an insecure person is going to respond to a triggering situation in a certain way. An insecure person is going to react in an emotional way, but a confident, secure person is going to react in a calm, understanding, confident way. So that's what I want you to think about. The next time you're in a triggering circumstance, ask yourself, okay, if I was actually confident about this, how would I react? And just ask yourself that question. If I actually believed in my beauty, if I actually believed in my worthiness, how would I respond to this person who is saying the opposite to me? Think about that. So oftentimes, this is my last tip, our insecurity comes from not being busy enough. If you are not doing enough with your life and you have all this time to just sit down and think about your insecurities and harp on what went wrong and what went right, of course you're going to be more naturally drawn to comparison and insecurity. If you create a schedule for your day and you have things going for you and you have a self-care routine, you have a studying routine, you nurture your home, you nurture your body. If you do these things for yourself, there's going to be a lot less time that you have to just sit around and worry and think all day. So here are some things that you can do right now that you can implement into your routine to make sure that you always have something going for yourself. So you can do gua sha, ice rolling, dry brush, oil pulling, hot girl walk, where you listen to a podcast. You can work out, you can read a book, you can journal your internal thoughts and feelings, you can take yourself on a solo date. These are all things that you can do to really cultivate this routine and this schedule for yourself in your life. So we'll do a quick recap. Write down the things that you love about yourself, both physically and non-physically. Remove triggers, detox your environment. Understand that if you are taking action, you are combating insecurity. Write out entirety of how you feel and use law of polarity to flip it, and think about, how do I want to feel instead? Create an alternative personality and step into that. Remember that the woman that you are becoming every day. Think about how a confident person would react, and then create a schedule and some fulfilling time for yourself. So these are all of my best tips on confidence and crushing that self-doubt, crushing that insecurity, crushing that comparison. I know that it's hard, but if you seriously take the time to implement these things into your life, I promise you, you are going to see a huge turnaround. So I hope this helped.